Hey guys, just a quick video on a project I've been working on here. This was a brand new Trx6 Trx6, and what I did was I put the 1-inch lift kit on it that Trx6 sells for the Trx4, and this has 2.2, some aluminum eBay beadlock wheels, and Proline Super Swamper XLs. My plan for this isn't to run this body. What I'm gonna do is run a Vetera Ascender, the Ford body, and I'm gonna do a flatbed. Obviously with this body, it's gonna rub in all the places, everywhere. But I just wanna do a quick video to show you that this could be done. So it's just the TRX4 1-inch lift. It comes with the links, comes with all the links. And what you end up doing is you end up using some of the stock links in the rear. So the problem with lifting the TRX6 is this space here in between the wheels. The stock tires are obviously much smaller. I have one here. Shows you the difference in tire size. So these are already close together, you know, in stock form. So what you have to do is you have to space this apart to get the clearance for these big 2.2s. And how you do that is not only do you have to extend this rear axle outward, but you have to move this one forward in order to retain these spaces up here where these mount. As you can see, this one's all the way mounted in the very back, and it's still tilted forward a little bit. So what I ended up doing is in the front, this wheelbase here is the long wheelbase for the TRX4. It's like 12.7, 12.8, something like that. So when I put the lift kit on, I used all the stock. The front is all the same stock, TRX4, TRX6, same stuff. So when you put the lift on, you do the same for the front. And then in the rear, instead of going with a long wheelbase, you put the links for the short wheelbase. And then back here, you just have to, I didn't write down the exact lengths of the links I used. I just had to kind of play with the pieces that I had left over. But there is enough pieces to, between your stock suspension links and the lift kit links, to work this rear end and make it work the way it is. So the only issues that you really have with this is the cables for the lockers. As you can see, this looks a little funky here. What I had to do, it gives you longer cables for the front and the rear. So what I ended up doing was I ended up using, gosh, I can't remember. I switched the cables around, but the only one you have a real problem with is the one that goes all the way to the rear. It's the longest cable, and you can't buy a longer cable. So I ended up, there's 2 screws here that hold this whole assembly together. And I took that out and I moved it rearward about 1 inch, and I'm just using 1 screw, and then I let it angle like this. You can see it will move a little bit, but it's pretty secure. So this gives more slack for the rear cable. And then I ended up using a shorter cable to the intermediate axle, and then the one that comes in the kit to lengthen the front axle. So everything works. The lockers all work. The cables are long enough. The only thing is I had to leave this battery tray out here because the way I have this mounted, it comes in too far and interferes with that battery tray, which is fine because, you know, you still have the battery position up front, which is, I think, what a lot of people use anyways, is a smaller battery. This is a 32 mAh 2-cell. But a 3-cell fits up here as well, you know, something in similar size, 2200. So it is possible to do this, this conversion, put this lift on this truck. The only other issue I had was the rear drive shaft. The stock one is super short, and it does give you pieces to lengthen it. But what's kind of weird is this, the yokes for this part of the axle, the pieces wouldn't fit together with the plastic inserts that they gave me. So I ended up just taking in, this is an old SCX10 drive shaft that fit up there, and I ended up just cutting the plastic to shorten it up a little bit, and it was pretty simple. So as far as I know, that's the only 2 issues. rear drive shaft, moving this the way it is and leaving this battery tray out. I just put the Axe system in here, the 550 can motor, 3300. And this came with a fan, but I took it off because fans on these things are super loud and I don't think they're really necessary. Yeah, but anyways, so I have a proline, or not a proline, a Viterra underbody coming from the front. I'm gonna try to mount up here. And what I really wanna do is remove all of the plastic fenders so I can get a flatbed to set way down here low on top of the frame rails. And I think I can do that by actually swapping the 110 millimeter shocks that come with a lift kit back to the stock 90 millimeter shocks and just mount them directly to the frame. Anyways, so that's the project, guys, so far, and I'll try to do an update video when I get it all finished. All right, thanks for watching.